That's not right. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Welcome back to Left Night, your favorite show, with Kendra Dawsey. Kendra will be here soon. We're taking it a little easy this week because we're just having a little bit of a nice, calm, reflective thought about the last year, 2021. Do you remember this year at all? Well, I'll tell you something. Kendra and I, we really don't remember it at all. So we just want to take some time and think about all of the things that happened this year. The good, the bad, literally anything. Literally any. Can you remember anything that happened this year? Because please tell us. Because we really wanted to talk about what's going on this year. Anyway, here's Kendra.
Hi, everyone. My apologies. I was a little late due to my internet being bad. But Zach, I heard what you had to say a little bit. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm, work's over, school's over. For the time being, I'm in relax mode. You have to, friends. Oh, there you are.
Am I still frozen?
Nope, you're not. You're not frozen. I mean, at least not your internet's not frozen. It's getting a little chilly outside though, so yeah.
You're so right. You're right about that, Zach.
Make sure you're not the other type of frozen as well.
Yeah, the movie, the worst Disney movie, in my humble opinion.
Yes. Hey, Kendra, let it go.
Yeah. That was a good host pun. I appreciate that.
So, yeah. So,
I was going to ask what you were talking about. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Yeah. So I was talking about sort of what we planned for this episode. That we're just going to sort of talk casually about the year 2021 and what we remember. It's not very much. Is there anything good that you can remember happening in 2021?
I got a cat.
Okay.
And
that happened 2 weeks ago, so it's not a very it's not a very high bar to clear for remembering things.
I mean, you're right.
Yes. And the cat is in the room right now. So
the cat is in the room. She is about to poop. She's actually going into her litter box. You might hear her scraping her paws because she doesn't like the litter. As far as good things that happen to lots of people and not just me, I got nothing. I got nothing, honestly.
Nor do I. But we do have some recollection of the things that made our brains hurt this year. Specifically,
man, did my brain hurt.
Very, very, very dumb people. What we may call bozos, and we will. Without further ado, let us bring us to the Bozos of the year 2021, a list of shame.
Amazing. I'm very excited that we got this list together. Yeah, we need to give shout outs to Bozos, the people who made this year unbearable, but brought people together because we all hated them for a split second.
Right, yes. The only thing that is left to unite any of us is our common hatred of Bozos. And if you got any Bozos of the Year nominees you think should be nominated on this list, put them in the chat. So who's our first one, Kendra?
Oh, man, the Cuomo brothers. Those are our first one. So, of course, there's Andrew Cuomo, who undeservedly got the panties wet of every middle-aged liberal white woman in America during the very beginning of the pandemic in 2020. Because everyone was like, oh, wow, like he acknowledges the virus is real, even though he's letting all of the people in nursing homes die. That must be so great. And then, so like that was
he really just talked authoritatively into a camera for people, which just tells me that like the people in this country are just animals, where you just have to speak to them authoritatively, and they're like, oh, this is right, okay.
Or they have daddy kinks, who knows? But then But then, most importantly, this year, many of his previous staffers accused him of sexual harassment in the workplace, which is bad. And then his brother, Chris, is a bozo because he was defending him and trying to give him clues about who was doing what, even though he was a CNN news anchor. So now we could definitively say both of them are bozos. Yeah. Fuck Cuomo. I'm glad he will no longer be governor. He's stepping down from being governor of New York.
Oh, right? He hasn't been governor for a while.
Who's the governor now? I don't even know.
It was his lieutenant governor, like Kathy Hochul or something like that. I don't.
Okay.
So, to my knowledge, has not threatened anybody with retaliation for reporting her sex crimes. So, an improvement. Yes. And then,
mild improvement.
Of course, Chris then got into some accusations of himself after also losing his job. Really, just like we gave before we had a set list last year. We gave the Andrew Cuomo Bozo of the Year. And I thought there's no way he could repeat. But with the power of his brother, they have a good chance of repeating, I think.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. We should not try to you shouldn't try to be the bozo of the year, but they're doing it so well, unfortunately. Who is our next bozo?
Who's our next bozo of the year?
Dave Chappelle. Oh man. This is a bozo I almost didn't want to give them more airtime, but Dave Chappelle, obviously, who's known as like a comedy great, had a very influential show on Comedy Central around the time like you and I were probably between the ages 10 to 12. He was very loved, brought eye on racial issues in America, was very funny. But now he has completed his transformation as the weird, annoying uncle at your cookout. But he has lots of money and people willing to pay him even more money to broadcast those ideas. And I'm like, listen, I could just go to like a family reunion in Harlem and hear all the same dumb shit, you know? Like, do I need it on a streaming service? No, personally, no. But people will keep paying Dave Chappelle, even though he has enough money to just live the rest of his life out of the eye of people and just chill. Like, he could be doing so many other things than obsessing over trans women. He could go skydiving. He could probably like buy another mansion. He could, anyway.
I think Dave Chappelle put out some crappy specials this year. I assume. I haven't watched them. I don't know.
I also haven't watched them.
I haven't watched them. I don't care. But if the criteria to be on this list was to be a bad comic, the show would be 3 hours long. If the criteria was to be a transphobic comic, it would be a 3 hour long show. What makes Dave Chappelle stand out among the rest is his willingness to go to his high school that he went to and argue with 15-year-olds about whether what he said was fair or not. That is premium bozo content, and that's why Dave Chappelle stays climbing these bozo lists.
Yes, very true. Yeah, and like you said, if you're a bad comic or a transphobic comic, that's the only thing putting you on this list, then like, yeah, it'd be 3 hours long. But a rich, bad transphobic comic, it's like, calm down. Just spend your money. Just buy your wife like a new purse. I don't know. There's so many other things you could do with your time. But let's move on. Let's not give them more. All right. So they're like Kristen Cinema is like the more attractive female version of Joe Manchin. They're both on this list because they just, whenever one person in the Democratic Party has an idea that isn't completely stupid, these two are both there to squish it like a bug. They have metaphorically cock-blocked so much money that people needed in this pandemic, and I'm mad at both of them. I hope they both suffer. Yeah,
I hope they both suffer. I think I was of two minds of this. I sort of went halfway. One of them was to make a very horrifying facial mashup picture of the two of them, and just see how bad it is. But then the other is that in a lot of ways they're like Joe Manchin is just sort of like just as old Senate as possible, just like this like guy who's been there since probably as long as we've been alive, representing like a God bless the people of West Virginia, but it is a very impoverished, heavily reliant on coal state that is just it's just he's just like just piling up corruption just to keep himself around and running this place. And then Kristen Sinema, I think she really wants to be like an AOC. I think she really wants to be like somebody who's like thought of as like some sort of icon. That's why she does all of the pink hair wigs and the wine mom stuff. And she left. Here's a funny thing. Apparently, they were after Manchin said he was not going to vote for the BBB. They were trying to find some sort of compromise to pass something before the year went out. And allegedly, Kristen Sinema was not around because she said she had tickets to go to Ecuador and then left. So
she was probably doing a like white savior, like save children trip. Fucking fuck her.
Yes. Yeah. So real bad. Two lousy ones. I'm done with them. Get them off the screen.
Yeah, get them off the screen. These ones. Oh, okay. So this is Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then the Lauren Bowowa, whatever.
Yes. Sort of the Wario and Waluigi to Sinema and Manchin.
So yeah, these bitches are outright crazy, quite frankly. One believes that Jewish people have space lasers, which, like, honestly, I feel like they deserve it after the Holocaust. Like, let's give some Jewish people some space lasers. And they both like don't think COVID is real. They like keep comparing having freaking like being asked to wear a mask to being in the Holocaust, which those two things are different. Very different. I think Lauren posed with like her family having guns. She keeps like basically showing off how bad her sense of gun safety is,
right,
while trying to be for gun rights. She's like, it's just a lot.
She also owns a gun-themed barbecue joint in Colorado that gives people diarrhea.
That is something that I am. That is some good gossip. Thank you for
imagine
that.
Like I imagine it's just like flocked to like all the time because of just how like just cultureless our country is. So like people are like, oh, I'm in Colorado, I'm gonna go see my favorite lib owner's restaurant and eat at it, and then they just have to like eat like the shittiest pulled pork they've ever had in their life and just pretend like it's great. Like
Colorado isn't known for its barbecue.
I would like to see like just people in that restaurant in like decked out in MAGA stuff, just like pretending that they're eating the best thing that they've ever had in their life. When it's like definitely mediocre at best. And as previously stated, has broken multiple health safety violations. All right, what do we got next?
Let's check it out. The guy who got the boat stuck. Yeah, he fucked.
Hero. No, he's not a bozo.
But didn't he fuck up people's like asthma medication?
Probably.
I mean, he created some great memes, even though it was one of many chains that were broken in the supply chain this year. But yeah, he did create some memes. Definitely, yeah. No one likes him except, I guess, for the people with the memes. But it was funny.
It was funny. Like, yes. Not definitely the most innocent person on this list.
Yeah, probably. Like, it seems like it was genuinely a mistake, and also I just didn't realize the physical limitations of all the stuff I get in the mail. Like, if you had told me, oh, like something, was set on fire and that's why this delivery is late, I'd be like, sure. But literally, like, a boat was stuck. Like, the canal was not big enough for a boat. Like, that is the thing that is surprising to me.
All right, let's see what we got next. Is there anything like these have been like our biggest punching bags of the year? Is there anything we even have left to say?
No. One thing I have to say is when Elon Musk revealed that he had autism, I think that was this year, right, on SNL. That's like the only good thing about him, I would say. Like, only that for a minute, I was like, oh, he's relatable. And then I remembered he has like emerald apartheid mine money and like spends it like being a troll on Twitter.
Yes.
So fuck him.
I did just remember when he like said he was like introducing like this Android technology and it was very clearly just a person in a suit.
Yes.
And then he like played it off like, that's the joke. I got all of you. And it's like,
yeah, I don't think he got anyone.
Yeah, all right. Whatever.
My cat who is meowing at me right now would probably be a better CEO of a country, honestly. Or not country, sorry. CEO of a company.
I mean, a Freudian slip there, if anything.
Yeah, probably. But like, yeah, look at her. Look at that leadership just looking out the window. I trust her with a lot of decisions I would not trust Elon Musk with. So
all right. Let's see what we got next.
Andrew Yang. Yeah, fuck this guy for like giving like technocrat libertarians a reason to keep talking to me. All right?
But he likes math.
Okay, I just he's really
the most, maybe the most in a list that's full of like annoying people. He may be the most annoying.
He is pretty annoying. I don't like the idea of his forward party where it's like, oh, like we need to not be like Republicans or Democrats. We need to be
communists, you billionaire idiot.
Yeah, he just I mean, he probably is right about like robots taking all of our jobs. I don't think UBI is going to solve that. That's like a very like, here's $1,000 to fuck off.
No.
And I think people, I mean, he seems smart at math. That does not make you a good politician or someone with good ideas. That means that you are good at, solving math problems or like building a robot, whatever the fuck he did before he was in politics. Right. But yeah.
What do we got? What do we got next?
Guy. Yeah.
Eve Fartlow.
Fartlow.
Yeah. So originally I had Benjamin Netanyahu on here because we needed to cover somebody with just the absolute disgrace that was Sheikh Jarrah in this year and the settlements. And originally I was like, oh, Bibi Netanyahu, because he got in all the corruption charges and he lost his prime ministership. He's fine. He's doing fine. Eve Fartlow, you got the whole audience, the whole internet calling you Eve Fartlow because you got upset because you saw a free parking sign and thought it said Free Palestine. Extremely.
Well, I thought it did say Free Palestine, and she was like, "This is anti-Semitic, and I can't even park anywhere anymore." And people were like, "Girl."
No. She went to Twitter because she said that the Palestinian activists had made her so anxious that she saw a free parking sign. And it made her think it said Free Palestine. So she got mad at a sign because she is Eve Fartlow.
Yeah, like Eve Fartlow is annoying to me because she was one of many people who I think conflated supporting Palestine with being anti-Semitic in a way that was very public and very frustrating. And it's like, yes, there has been a rise of anti-Semitic attacks. A parking sign is not one of those.
No.
I just wish that she, focused on
right. If you are focused on criticism of Israel as being anti-Semitism, you are doing a disservice to the cause of combating anti-Semitism.
It's like, Israel is a nation state. It's fine. What's next? Sorry.
Oh yeah. What do we got next? Okay, so you don't know who this guy is, but
I don't. This looks like any generic white man.
Yes. So I'll just very quickly go over what he became. He was a very successful college football coach. Became the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Proceeded to go 2-12. Leave his team one weekend to go back to the college where he's from, go to a steakhouse where he owns and get photographed groping a co-ed. Then proceeded to, because his record was 2-12, call all of his assistant coaches losers and make them justify why he hired them in the first place.
That's not good.
And then he finally got fired after a story came out that he kicked his kicker and called him a dipshit. So yeah, Urban Meyer, big time bozo. I just had to get him on here, big time bozo. And
that's fair.
And who we got left?
Vaccine.
Yep. And then we all lose on this one.
Yeah, vaccine rollout was bad. And it's still bad internationally. Like, there's just a lot of things that people didn't do right. Everything about it was bad. Including what?
Not taking the fucking vaccine,
Yeah, definitely if you are able to get the vaccine, you should get it because Omicron is here and it's going to kick everyone's ass. But also, the government we probably should have had a better idea for giving out the vaccine than just here. You definitely, especially in a time where people are distrustful of lots of things, you probably wanted to connect with local doctors, local organizations that people trusted to give out the vaccines. And part of that did happen in the town I work in. But, there's many towns in America. It didn't happen in all of them. And that was any successful vaccine rollout was really the work of like people on the ground, community organizers, and not the government. And also, it was stupid in Massachusetts. It was confusing. Yes. Now we have so many vaccines. We could probably give them to like lots of countries where people actually want the vaccines, right. But we still have people here being like, there's like sheep's blood.
Lift the patent. Like,
we can also do that. I would love for that. We wouldn't have Omicron if that happened fucking a year ago. But America doesn't care about helping people. It just cares about profits. So here we are.
So that brings us to the end of our list of bozos for the year. I'm gonna call an audible and say we will not go to commercial because we do not have very much time left.
We are late on time.
But let's talk about. We've covered how shitty 2021 is. Do you have anything? Well, last year we had some like hopes for 2021.
Yeah.
I watched them and wrote them down. It looks like we had about 17 of them, and about 6 of them came true. So we had
What were the 6 that came true?
Let's see. There was. I can't go over them all right now, but one of them was the weirdest one, which was that it would come out that there would be a continuity error between Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon. That really happened. Grimes bit off Elon Musk's head, sort of like that.
Emotionally,
I'm gonna count that one. 3 Republicans did perish, and Kendra's mom told them that they love them. I don't know if that really happened, but I decided to count that one.
I don't think she did. That's very optimistic of you. But I don't. She might have. Anyway, but yeah, let's talk about our hopes and dreams for this year.
Okay,
next year.
My biggest hope and dream is that we are going to get a New Deal sort of government from Joe Biden, and how you're going to do that is that you're going to dress up a little orphan girl in a red wig and make him think he's in a production of Annie, and she's going to sit and she's going to sing "Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow" to him, and that will motivate him to bring America a New Deal.
That works, yeah. One of my biggest hopes for this next year is that my cat will sit in my lap. She's not very much of a lap cat, and I just got her, but I want her to feel comfortable enough to sit in my lap when I'm watching TV.
Okay. One of my hopes for this year is that we get those anti-COVID pills. They come out, and then we find out that they're actually stronger and more effective if you snort them.
Hell yeah. What about if you boofed them? What if you shoved them up your butt? That's what I hope that I have to shove some anti-COVID like medicine up my ass.
Oh my God. Could you imagine Tucker Carlson talking about the ass play agenda in the COVID-19 vaccine?
I also hope the gay agenda finally wins and Tucker Carlson like has his prostate stimulated.
I hope that I hope we get another one of the stories that I love about where cops thinks that they got poisoned because they got diarrhea after a cheeseburger, and they're like, I got poisoned, and then it's like, no, you didn't. I hope we get one of those stories. Those are always fun.
Yeah, those are fun. I hope there is just a I feel like I gotta aim low. I gotta be like, I hope I clean my room. I don't know, but I hope COVID ends, but I feel like I jinxed it. I feel like it's gonna last a decade now.
Well, you know what? If we're just gonna end on that, I hope all of us clean our rooms this year. And, and if not literally, I hope emotionally we all have a clean room in our heart for 2020.
That is so sweet of you, Zach. That is so sweet. This is our last show of the year. I hope we've helped you survive this completely bonkers year. Sorry if your Christmas plans are ruined. But you should do something fun, and you should stay tuned for honorable mentions with Rachel Jane Andelman. She's very hilarious, and she's gonna go over the internet for everyone. So stay tuned.